The Pfaff Ambition 1.0 sewing machine has a built-in memory, or as it's called in the book, sequencing, and where we can start by combining decorative stitches, and we have an alphabet with upper and lowercase stitches or letters that we can put together. So let's start off by just going through some basics about the sequencing features. These four functions here, or four buttons, are what we're going to use. The first one is the A, heart, and B. That is to open or close the sequencing area. So when you touch it, you'll notice that you have an empty screen. So if you want to put two stitches together, so if you want to put in stitch number 96, it will pull up one repeat of that stitch. Then if you want stitch 101, then it will put it right next to it. If I was to sew right now, I'll go ahead and get a row of stitches that alternate between the leaves and the little flowers all the way down throughout on the line of stitching. If I want to save it, that would be touching the heart with the little arrow pointing into it. So you can save the sequence. Number 1 is highlighted, so if you just want to check mark it, that will go in there. And then we can come back out from the save sequence, touch the same button. There we go. And then if we wanted to go back into programming and we want to clear that out again, push program, and C is your clear. So until everything disappears, then you can put in something else. As you want to put in another sequence, let's just put in 99 and 104. I'm just randomly picking fun stitches. Oh, wait, I wasn't actually in sequence. Oh, I was. It's just because that stitch was a little bit longer, it was making it actually disappear on my screen. When I go ahead and start to stitch, I can just step on the foot control and it'll start stitching, again, back and forth, the different stitches. It does tell me to put foot 2A on because I am using those particular stitches there. And you'll notice that whatever stitch I'm on, that is what I'm going to get. So here's what it looks like when you start to combine decorative stitches. It really is fun, and the variegated thread just adds that extra fun element. So if you do want to actually save this combination, once again, touch the little heart with the arrow pointing into it. Oh, go back into sequencing. Touch the heart, and that will allow you to pick a new empty area to save it in, and then you can start to build your collection of things that you can come back to. So when you come back out of here, if you want to retrieve something that you've already saved, that's when you touch the heart. So if we want to pick the sequence, number 1 that we put in, you can come back here and then go ahead and stitch it. To have a sequence stitch only one time is go ahead and move the cursor to the very end and then add a tie-off. So you can come up here and add a tie-off at the end, and then it'll sew just the beginning to the end and then finish with some locking stitches. You can also add the locking stitches at the beginning of the sequence, so it's guaranteed not to come out when it is completed.